ladies and gentlemen. 2011 Lincoln MKX. Alright, sorry about that. I hate to say this, but first things first, I'm going to say this. Generally, I don't have a lot of compassion for people that don't take care of their vehicle, especially if it's the only thing they got and they ain't got no money. But I am going to look at this. I am human, after all. This is at no charge. Right now, we're not starting. We're not doing anything right now. And a lady come to me a long time ago, and don't get me wrong, I understand not having any money. But anyway, a lady come to me a long time ago, and the key needs to be replaced. The key has to go in the pocket all the time for the vehicle to even start. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Right now, nothing is starting. You know, I don't know. There's no dash lights right at the moment. We don't have anything. There's a bunch of people around messing around with it. People that should not be messing with vehicles anyway. I'm not even going to show you what this thing looks like, so I'm going to leave the camera over here. But anyway, long story short, this lady here, they ain't got nothing. They had a house fire last night. They lost their house, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can at least get the vehicle to where it runs, because from what I understand, they are partially using the vehicle to hang out in. So I'm going to see if we can't get this thing here to where it fires back up, see what's going on. Anyway, without further ado, where to start on this? Well, I started, for one, I had to start by getting the vehicle. I towed it over here. So I did that, put a strap on it, the trunk missed on the side. It got hit, I'm sure not too long ago, because it hadn't been too awful long ago when it was here in the shop. But anyway, when I'm talking, I'm putting things together now, so don't get all wound up. You know, I'm trying to put things together in my mind. Either you're going to be part of that or you're not. You know, move on to another video if you want to. Anyway, the battery was unhooked, blah, blah, blah. So let's see if we can figure out what's going on with this vehicle together. So my thought process right at the moment, first things first, it's going to be, let's get the battery on there, tighten it back up, and see what's going on with that part of the equation. Memory serves me correctly, I think I did replace the battery on it not too long ago. That's not saying that the battery is good. Air filter was shoved out of the housing. I do know that. I don't know to what extent they fiddled with this. Don't know what this red wire is. Got no clue. I don't think for a second that it is related to the battery. Don't get me wrong. Pulling power from the main over here, from the main part of the terminal. Looks a little bit puny to me. Switch over to negative. So, fusible links are okay. I explained it a million times. I don't care to read any kind of information on what fuses are what. I don't care. If the fuse has power on both sides, at that point in time makes that fuse good. If I got a fuse with power on one leg, that makes that fuse bad. Some of these fuses hot all the time. Some of these fuses are only going to be hot with power on. Fact of the matter is, if the fuse is hot on one side, it needs to be hot on the other. The other fuses, red cap, I don't have no luck checking them. or seeing it, I should say, rephrase. So walking inside. No, not walking inside. That looked puny. So not walking inside. I'm going to hook up the maintainer to it. Power Max, I want to tell you, this been a pretty good one. You hear it? Well, that battery is weak. There it is. I did try to jump it, and that's odd. I don't know what else happened to it, but the vehicle has been on the inside here. Obviously, shop is heated. I'm sitting in here with a t-shirt. It's like 5 degrees outside, so what was I trying to say? Lost the train of thought. Sorry about that. Anyway, moving on. This thing is making some racket now. The dash is on. Alright, so here's what I know. I know there's nothing happening when you push the button, so I think the next best thing to do is to go ahead and hook the scan tool up and see if we got any clues. This thing does have remote start, or at least did have remote start. I have not looked at service information on any of this stuff, so kind of where I'm at. So we do have communication. Alright, so I had to trip the shift interlock. Shift interlock is not working. The gauges are on. We do have power. Yeah, I sprayed the crap out of it with Lysol. Let me pause you up. Getting a whole host of codes, of course. Since my little camera trick doesn't work, I'm going to have to do something different here. Stay tuned. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here's your screenshot. So I'm going to just go through here and let's see what we got. So a lot of these right here, I would guarantee are related to low battery power. As you can see, just about all the modules have some kind of failure with the battery or related to the battery. Here we got the headlamp. Obviously, the headlamp is messed up. None of this there surprises me. Of course, monitors are going to be screwed since the battery was dead, so really I'm not going to really go through there, worry about it. We're just going to clear these codes right now and see what comes back. Here we go. Quick look-see on the fuse box. And over here is where we're living. There's a starter relay right here. So that's in the underhood junction box. So let's head out there and see if we can find it. As I stated, the wiring diagram on screen is kind of a little bit backwards. It's back here, the last one on that side, the last relay. There's a group of 3. The last relay this side, this way. Alright, so I'm not worried about the relay at this point in time. I mean, relay. I'm not worried about the starter at this point in time. Sorry, I can't keep my mind straight, I don't guess. Yeah, we'll leave that off for right now. Well, there's no relay clicking or anything like that. There's nothing happening here on this part, but the interlock also doesn't release either. Okay, so gather my thoughts here. So till this point, we have no interlock. That leads us to the inside of the vehicle and no longer to the outside of the vehicle. Yeah, the interlock should work regardless. Whether that relay is good, the relay is bad, has nothing to do with the interlock whatsoever. So I think we're done here. The sole problem is not out here; it is 100% in there. Anytime you see crap like this right here, that scares you already, because we got wires here that are running somewhere. We don't know where they're going to. So we're going to be done here. Wiring. Let's see what all is tied into the interlock system and what isn't. Best of my recollection, these vehicles here do have a problem. Well, maybe not a problem. Problem is a strong word, but it's not uncommon to see an interlock fail on these vehicles. So, further investigation, look up under the dash a little bit, and there's a brake switch hanging there. And I know it didn't fall out. Okay, they had these yahoos fiddling with this car already, and they shouldn't have been fiddling with the car. There may not have been anything wrong with it, and now it's got something wrong with it because somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, don't need to be touching vehicles, has been involved in touching this vehicle. So anyway, moving on. Well, I hate to say this, but the yahoos at work, I'm 100% sure it is yahoos at work. All right, so anyway, I missed the opportunity. Now, I had to put plastic in the floorboard. That's how bad it is. Like I said, I'm not going to bring the camera around. I'm not going to show you. It doesn't matter. Anyway, basically, in a nutshell, what it amounts to is I looked at the brake light switch. The brake light switch that was actually, first off, it was the brake light switch hanging down, dangling down on the bottom. I did not see it. So anyway, the brake light switch has to be set. So I ended up popping it apart, make sure that everything was kosher on the inside, make sure that the contactors are not bad in it. So I did that and then reset it. I forget if it goes up or down. I have to physically do it. I can't really explain it to you, but it has to be set out, and then when you push it in, let's see, you push it in and you rotate it 45 degrees and it snaps. What it does, it has a triggering mechanism on the inside that releases the pin comes out and sets itself. That's essentially how that works. Now, that being said, I just laid in the floorboard and put the brake light switch back in. Anyway, first things first, I'm going to turn the power on and see if the interlock switch works. If the interlock switch works, then I'm going to put it back in park. Nah, I'm gonna bring you around. See what you can see, what you cannot see. Okay, so unfortunately, well, yeah, you can see. Never mind on that. So here's the deal. So turn the power on. The power's got to be on like this. Okay, so where the dash is on now, we got power. That part is good. So mash your foot on the brake. Grab a hold of this. Voila, the interlock works. So now we got shift action. I can see reverse, neutral, drive, and then the low range, the manual range. And now, that turned back off. I shouldn't have to do nothing but push brake pedal. Boom. Voila. So, anyway, while I got you in here, now, I don't know any other way. Somebody may know a better way. I don't. I'm not a tow truck driver, nor do I own a tow truck. I only got a trailer, and I don't tow that much. I'm going to bring you along. So what I did is, those panels right there, I popped them off. They just pop up. Then I pop this right here off. I don't know how to do that. I honestly don't know how to do this. Don't know how to do it, ladies and gentlemen. So I just popped that off, and it's the white Dewey right there. That's the yellow thing over there. That's the solenoid. That's pulls. It goes to the front of the car. The white little tab right there goes to the you hit that with a screwdriver, and you move that toward the front of the car, and that will manually release the interlock. Obviously, when you want to tow it, you have to release the interlock. So I had to release the interlock, and I certainly, at about 5 degrees outside, I certainly wasn't going to sit outside trying to figure all of that out. You know, that's the last thing on my mind, to do something like that. But anyway, a little bit of labor, you know, a little bit of reasonable deduction, and we came to the conclusion that the brake light switch was simply popped out of the socket. I don't know, like I said, I don't know how to explain that, but all I know is that when the brake light switch, when it comes out, it doesn't matter if you push or whatever, odds are you're not going to get the vehicle to start. It has to be released in a proper position, because there is a feedback in there that goes to either the PCM or the BCM, can't remember, it doesn't matter. Anyway, brake light switch, that was the problem. So guys, like, subscribe. Like I said, I didn't mean to be rude toward these people, but a vehicle don't need to look like that. You know, I don't care. I don't care how you live. I don't care whether you got money or not. You know, a vehicle don't need to look like that. Come on now. You know, I got to lay in this filth to fix it. No, come on. There's got to be a better way.